For thousands of years, people have valued elephant tusks as a sign of status and wealth. And artists in many cultures have specialized in carving elephant tusks into intricate figurines. For example, these carvings date from the 19th century in China. The ivory itself is a truly beautiful substance, and in the hands of a skilled artist, it can be turned into genuinely magnificent pieces of art. This, of course, is a terrible situation from the elephant's point of view. The art world is populated by collectors who are willing to pay handsome prices for objects of beauty. And as long as that is true, as long as there is a market for ivory and for objects of art made of ivory, there will be people willing to shoot elephants to obtain their tusks. The hunting of elephants for ivory has already had a devastating impact on their population. In the past century alone, more than 100,000 Asian elephants have been killed for their ivory, and the deliberate killing by people for this purpose has been the #1 cause of death for this species. In Asian elephants, it is the males that grow large tusks, so it has almost always been the males who have been killed for the ivory trade. In fact, the pressure from hunters has been so great that it has created an enormous artificial selection process in many areas. In the distant past, a tuskless male like this one was a very rare thing, but when they did occur, they were almost always passed over by ivory hunters. Consequently, over the years, tuskless males were much more likely to survive into adulthood, and therefore had a better chance of breeding. And this meant that more and more of the offspring of each successive generation inherited the trait of being tuskless too. Because of this, in some modern populations of Asian elephants, tuskless males have actually come to predominate in terms of numbers. In this way, the artificial selection created by mankind's relentless hunting has been altering one of the natural traits of this species. If we want to conserve elephants, we simply have to eliminate the ivory trade and the poaching that feeds it. As long as there is a demand for ivory, there will be poachers and black marketers who will feed that demand. On the other hand, if people stop buying ivory, then people will stop killing elephants to obtain their ivory. When people everywhere come to understand that ivory products come from dead elephants and that the purchase of ivory products causes the killing of elephants, then the deaths will stop. This is an attitude, a cultural value that we should change. And this is an attitude that we can change. Those of us who care about the conservation of elephants should work to spread the word about the ivory trade. We should do this politely, and we should do this patiently, but we should never give up. Carved ivory should not be desired for its beauty. Ivory should not be valued or displayed as works of art. Most ivory products were derived from elephants that were specifically killed so their tusks could be carved. We should not see this as a thing of beauty. We should be polite and we should be patient. But attitudes can change, and on this subject, attitudes should change. It is not art. It is the carved body part of a killed elephant.